Hello, welcome to E-Magazine. I'm your host, Brenda Nyamichaba. Now, today is Real Mondays, where we take a look at the film industry as well as the creative space in Kenya. Now, it was just last week where the video of Charles Matathia, who is the co-script writer of the Nairobi Half-Life film, which was very considered to be one of the biggest Kenyan films of all time. Now, this video went on social media, became very viral. People were wondering, like, what is happening with the Kenyan film industry, seeing him in the state that he was. Now, joining me today on E-Magazine is the one and only Jack Mutinda, who's going to help me analyze the Kenyan film industry, try to understand where is it today, or even if we even have a Kenyan film industry in Kenya. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks a lot for having me.
No problem. How's your Monday going so far?
My Monday, the blues are over at least. Thank you for that.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah,
almost at the end of the day.
Amen.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, thank you so much for making time to join me on E-Magazine today, Jack. I just, obviously, before we start getting into deeper conversation about this whole situation, I just want to know what your thoughts were when you first came across this video on social media.
No, actually, I was really disturbed and perturbed when I saw that video. Because actually, this guy was the head writer for Nairobi Half-Life, actually.
Wow.
He was the head writer. He was the guy who did like the script, the entire script. Then there are some other guys who just adding chip-ons here and there. So he's the brain behind that script.
So you conceptualized basically everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you've shared that you were very disturbed by seeing that particular video of him. You know, you're an actor yourself. You're in this film industry space in Kenya.
Yeah.
Does this, like, seeing such a video of someone who's an aspiring scriptwriter, worked on one of the best Kenyan films in that state, you know, he's walking in the streets of Nairobi, carrying, I don't even know how to say it, I just say gunia in English, a rucksack. Does it discourage you being a part of the Kenyan film industry today?
For me, actually, now what it made me think was like, what value are you getting from that film? Like, let's take, for example, in Hollywood, let's say someone like the guys who did this Keanu Reeves, the movie. I don't know,
you have to give me a clearer hint.
The one, the Matrix. You know, some of these guys, their deals with them is not like you giving me a certain cash for my role or my what.
Yeah.
I'm getting a percentage from the sales you're getting from this movie. Let's say he'll say like 1%. It may seem very little, but let's say in a span of 10 years, how much has that film grossed? Let's say almost like several $1 billion. So 1% of that is how much? Now you see, now for like Nairobi Half-Life, maybe they settled for a deal like, we're paying you this for being the scriptwriter.
Yeah.
And they never expected it to go as huge as it did. So now it goes like it blows, like it just went everywhere. It was all over the world. Like Nairobi Half-Life was the talk.
Yes.
Like that was it. Like that was Kenya in film now.
When you hear Nairobi Half-Life, you just know.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I'm grossing all those awards and everything. But now you know, I signed a deal with you. Nigga, I paid you your money. So what, you have nothing to claim. You see? And now one thing which really made me feel very bad about myself, and actually I'm a scriptwriter too. Right now I'm doing scripts.
Yes.
But now you see, now if someone with that level of talent is out on the streets, then the person sharing those videos and saying this is really bad is a producer.
Oh, wow.
Someone who's supposed to be taking that guy and tell you, okay, bro, come on.
Let's work together to make something.
You're the one who's sharing, saying, let's help this guy.
Yeah.
How are you going to help this guy?
It's very true, actually.
Like a producer, director, like guys who have seen the film industry, so people who are capable of giving him a call, Nyaje Kesho, come to Fanyevi. Like they have this, like the guys who call the shots, the guys who jump the guns. They're the ones saying, let's help this guy.
So from your experience, where do you think the deep-rooted issue is at right now?
I think our film industry, I think we still have a lot to go. We still have a lot to do. We still have a long way to go. Because honestly, if I tell you, like, there are some people who are sitting down and earning from film, I don't think I'll give you a list of 10 guys.
Wow.
Because even the big names, the guys we look up to, they all have something on the side.
There's always a struggle.
Yeah, we're just, like, if in film right now and the acting scene in Kenya, you're just pretty much surviving on it.
Oh, wow.
As compared to thriving what it's supposed to be.
Look at it. There are a few actors who've been in the game in Kenya for quite a long time. And some of them have relocated to countries like the United States. I mean, you have Sarah Hassan, who just moved to the United States the other day.
Yeah.
And just, you know, they're following up their dreams in a different country. Do you still sometimes get the pressure that you might end up doing the same thing? And how is that going to help our Kenyan film industry going by? You know, you're running away from it.
Yeah, we're running away because actually now for Sarah Hassan, okay, for most of them they go on scholarships to school, but now they take up the talent.
Of course.
Yeah, they're like, no, I was doing it, so
There's no
let
way
me do
you're gonna go to
this.
this
Of course, this is the grandest stage of all of them.
Yes.
Why not do this? But I think if you get an opportunity to go out there, please go. But what will you do after you go on there? Please give back to the society. Come back. Like Benjamin, there's someone who's been in most of the big films. He did a series called The Wives. At least I'll applaud him for that. He did his thing there, so he was like, okay, let me come to Kenya, shoot something. They did The Wives. Sarah Hassan also did a Plan B.
Yeah, she did Plan B.
Yeah. So at least if you go out there, at least now bring back the quality. Let's show these guys there's something we can do here. We can partner with them.
Imagine if we had someone, you know, actors like Lupita Nyong'o coming back to Kenya and, you know, producing. Exactly. I was a big fan of Sugar when he started in Kenya.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know why she hasn't come back to do the same thing.
I think Lupita should do something. You know, she was close to home, but she went to Uganda, Queen of Katwe. Anyway, no, the likes of those two people, those are the people who are supposed, because they know we have authentic stories, we have very good stories. Lupita is a major talent because she's grown here from the theater to Sugar and everything. Then she went there
to get into where she is now.
She's gotten to the heights she's been there. I think it would be very good for her to give back to the society. Because if you look at guys, the Chinese actors, let's say the examples of Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all of those guys made a name in Hollywood. But where did they make the real investment? Back in China. That's why those movies now have become big. That's why even China now brings A-listers to Hollywood. Like most of the Chinese actors in Hollywood, they are very great. They are very great guys.
It's same thing with the Indian film industry.
Exactly.
And
sasa shida wa Hindi ni uongo.
Well, Jack, I want us to take a look at some of the tweets. Once, you know, this video went viral, people always say, what took it to Twitter and to talk about the whole situation. Let's just start off with the first tweet of the producer you just mentioned, who actually shared the video on social media. So at Jemedari, Mr. Jemedari, he says, this is Potash Charles Matatia, who wrote the script for Nairobi Half-Life. If you know how to reach him, please share. He needs help. Now, before we continue with the rest of the tweets, let's just take a look at the video he was talking about, just to see and really hear what Charles had to say. It's quite crazy seeing him in that state that he's in. But before we continue talking, let's just take a look at the other tweets that, you know, people shared on social media once this video became viral. We have at Events Avenue KE, and she says, without consistent income and relying on a few gigs here and there, ending up on the street is inevitable. Lord help us. And lastly, at Pat Achalat says, this is sad. This is sad. It breaks my heart. Nairobi Half-Life was a very successful film. I hope he finds help. Wow. Yeah,
exactly. But at least this should serve as a wake-up call to all of us, all the practitioners in that industry. Like, don't just go there like, cause number when you just talk about your great one, where you 20K script. This movie is gonna gross millions. You never know the heights.
It's very true.
Like, you know, if someone said me, I want to sign a contract of a percentage of everything you sell, someone would be like, okay, what movie is that? But you never know in the end, because this movie will keep selling. Let's say, for example, if I'm in a show like, let's say the show was Real Housewives of Kawangware. Let's say I signed a percentage for every sale they make. You know, I'll still be earning money right now. It was back in 2015, but because it's still airing somewhere else.
You're still earning money right now.
I'd be like, you guys are on air. So what does my contract say? Anytime I'm on air, you're supposed to pay me. Don't come to me with that crap of like, oh, you know, it's I don't care. We sign a contract. If you went for something lesser, that's your own problem. That's not mine. Because for me, it's a contractual agreement.
And do you come across these hiccups in the system itself? Like, you find that someone is, you know, for example, if a show airs on air 5 years later, do you even get your money?
Now, you know, the worst part is when you sign that contract, you've given them full rights. Even if it goes abroad or whatever, you've already given them the rights to use it anywhere they want.
Gosh.
So you have no say.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ushapewa
Now,
kile kikao
I
chako
wanted to
imeisha.
know from your experience, from your perspective, what's the most difficult thing about being a creative? You're a scriptwriter, you're an actor in this film industry. What's the most difficult thing for you right now? You're experiencing that's not, you know, just holding you back from being where you want to be.
I think the industry itself, you know, like I'm sure we have a lot of talent out there.
Yes.
You know what I always say is maybe sometimes I got the chance to be on TV. I also have the chance to be on TV, but that doesn't mean I'm the best, you know.
Very
It's because that is a chance I took and I made the most out of it. There are many guys out there who would have been given that chance and done it better than me. But what do we do to get those guys here? Like you've been given a platform, you're doing this and that. But now you see, let's say for scriptwriters, there are so many people with ideas. But the worst part when you go to TV stations, the guys who are giving the scripts are the same old guys. That's why you say they are cartels.
Yeah.
Because there's a producer having this show. Once it's off air, in a month's time, there's another show from the same producer. And sorry to say, some of them are whack. So you're like, how did you get airtime? How? Like you even say I have.
Do you feel like it's more of, you know, this thing we as Kenyans we mostly talk about, like ukijua mtu unaingia tu. That's how you become successful in this country.
You don't understand when kujuana, because now the worst part is you'll go pitch there. You'll go pitch a show or an idea, but like you go work on this idea and then wait utaongea. A month later you see your show on air.
But just
You
someone
have
else.
no idea. That happened to a friend of mine, someone I know. Alipeleka idea, then a month later the show was on air.
That is evil.
Because he was told this one is not you go work on it,
Come
see
back.
what you can change. Kumbe washapiga simu, oya tunaenda shoot, tuko na script, tunaenda kuidevelop.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Jack, I'm loving our conversation today. But unfortunately, we're going to have to take a short commercial break. But do not go anywhere because we have more topic, more conversation. We'll see you right after this break.